not going to go to a pool party and not get in the pool. So my solution is never have my hair in a situation where it can't go in the water. I just can't be held back. I can't be held back by these societal standards.
I've turned into my grandma. I'm like, don't get my hair wet.
Are you grandma? That's my mother since my entire life. Since she was 20. It was just like, and I wasn't even alive then. I was just peering into the future.
No splashing, kids.
Oh, yeah. That was my entire life growing up. Like, don't get my hair wet. And you just go, I have been fucking with her so much in the last. It's so great. Like, the guest room that she's in, it's just like where we put the extra pillows. You know, like we buy new ones and end up with extra ones or whatever. But it kind of fits her perfectly where there's like 8 pillows on the bed. And she'll create this like pillow empire of like, it's like a pyramid stack. And so either she's in there and I'll just pull a pillow out from behind her head and then like put it on top. I'll just start piling them all on top of her while she screams and flails like a turtle on its back.
You're entombing me.
Oh, well, no, it's not even really the entombing. It's more like, I had it all set up perfect.
Just like I liked it.
Just like I like it. Or I pop in when she's out of the room and I just fuck it all up. And I just like throw a bunch on the floor. And then I giggle.
The girls, you know?
Yeah. She knows. Because then later in the day, she'll go, I saw what you did. And it's like, I don't need to see the reaction to get the satisfaction.
Yeah.
I just fuck it up and I giggle to myself and I walk away.
Every now
I've
and
been
then
doing that for like 5-6 days.
You hear around the house, like, and I heard it when we visited, but now we get it in our house too. I'll be just upstairs doing something and you hear Denise go, Michael! And I'm like, oh, what did you do? I'm like, what happened?
Oh, dude, she was eating, she had a bowl of cereal the other day. And she's just sitting there in the bed, and the cereal was next to her. And I'll walk in, and I go, "You're gonna spill it." And there was just like she'd already eaten it, so it's just a little bit of milk and like a couple bits of, I think it was like Frosted Flakes or whatever. And I'm like, "You're gonna spill it." And then I start shaking the bowl. And even though it's my house, it's my bed, she goes, "Stop it!" Like she's like a neat freak, and I'll just go, "Stop! You're gonna spill it!" Like as she's holding it with like a death grip, I'm taking the spoon and I'm just going like this, going, "You're gonna spill!" And I'm screaming at her while I'm shaking the spoon, going, "You're gonna spill it! Stop! Stop!" And then she goes, and I'll put it down and go, "Hey, listen, stop!" I'll do it for 4 minutes. It's so
overstay the welcome.
So enjoyable to me.
I figured you would have walked in,
so much fun,
seeing the bowl on the bed and just plop down really hard right next to it.
No,
and be like, "Oh, look what you did! You left it on the bed."
I like to drag it out because then it's just a mess.
Right. Well, that's what you do. You shake the bowl, you splash the spoon. When she finally thinks you settled down, you got her in her comfort zone.
Yeah, I came down.
Plop down.
I came downstairs this morning. She was drinking coffee, and I go, "Oh, you drinking coffee?" And I just start doing this with the coffee cup. And she'll let me just like, "You're gonna spill it!"
She goes, "Where did I go wrong?"
I mean, to her, spilling is like, you've ruined it. Yeah, everything's ruined now.
Well, you aerated her coffee when she didn't want that.
It's true.
And what happens is it lowered it by a degree when it was prime drinking temp. So what happens is the room tone and Michael's voice fade into a far distance, and you hear a high-pitched squeal, it's kind of like tinnitus, kind of eke in as she goes, "Where did I go wrong?" and then she snaps back.
The world around slowly freezes.
She doesn't even get that. She doesn't get that far into it. She goes, "You an asshole."
It's so
You're
much
just like your brother.
Right. It's like a sitcom. Like every episode's gonna be the same. It's like, okay, and Michael comes in and
nothing
Denise
ever
say this,
changes.
and then this happens.
Oh, that's kind of like really sweet in its
We'll
own
meet
way.
again
I
tomorrow
love
at
that.
6. All right. Break.
God.
Yeah. I don't know. Denise is great. I love Denise. I like her, just the East Coast energy that she brings in, because as we talked about before, it's so different from Texas energy. And like we just came up.
She made us breakfast this morning.
She did. It was some kielbasa and eggs.
Kielbasa and eggs.
Thank you.
Nice.
But
A little cold though.
Coming off of Easter weekend, hope y'all enjoyed it, by the way. If you're celebrating or not, we had some egg hunts. We're not really religious, but we enjoyed a nice secular Easter, I guess.
Sure.
But coming from my family, which is very like, if you've seen King of the Hill, my father, I think, is very much like Hank Hill. Talks slow, has a little drawl, just wants to take it easy and live that good Texas life. And then Denise is over here like screaming with Michael about whatever. I'm like, I kind of love this energy
to rile up. Oh, dude, like, it's a thing that I do it just out of revenge and it makes me laugh. But like growing up, if even if my mother was going somewhere, like, oh, I'm going shopping or whatever, you know, I'm gonna pick up food on the way back. It'd be like, well, you have to come with me. I don't know if anybody else ever had that. Your parent like makes you get.
Dad's going shopping,
even though you're not helping in any way. And every time I leave, I go, come on, you gotta come. Come on. I dragged her out of bed last night because I went to Wendy's at like 10:30. I was like, you gotta get in the car. You gotta go.
You gotta get like an adult car seat for her.
Yeah. And so like, dude, backing out of the driveway, I just like put it in reverse and I just hit the brakes like over and over again. And I just jostle the shit out of the car for no reason. Just go, stop it. And I go, what?
I'm driving.
I thought there was a squirrel. I'm like, we're not even out of the driveway yet.
I saw a cat.
It's so annoying. God, it makes me laugh so much.
Stop it. Hey, I'm driving. Don't distract the driver.
I feel like I do that all the time. I go, you're
What are
gonna
you
make
doing?
me
You want to die?
crash. Stop.
What?
Oh my God.
I miss the
dude.
days when she would drop by on your account. I'd gesture here to where the chat is.
Well, you know what happened is I think I changed my password. And so like she was auto logged in.
Oh.
And so she'll just constantly go, it doesn't work anymore.
It's
like,
the
yeah,
website's broken.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, it doesn't work. But like we went to Wendy's and she wanted a junior cheeseburger. The entire ride there, back, and at home, I just kept going, you want a Baconator? No, I don't want bacon. And I go, well, the Baconator comes with bacon. It's got. I'm just listening.
I know
to
exactly what you're. I know exactly what you're doing.
Oh, no. And then
Part that gets on the way back.
Oh,
You
dude,
already got the food.
entire thing great was so like I got a junior bacon cheeseburger, which was so great because we got back and then I gave it to her and she opened it and she's like, "There's bacon on it," and I went, "Yeah, you wanted the bacon here." To the point, like almost to the point where she was eating it, and it's like, "Nah, here's your real sandwich."
Wow. Dude, Michael the Menace. Jamie, please animate just the selection of stories Michael
It's payback,
gave.
is what it is.
God.
It's payback.
Well, on top of that too, I went to Walmart with Iris, taking a shopping trip with my kid, bonding, going, let's buy some stuff. We'll talk a little bit. I got some new path lights for the front of our house because the ones we have are old. And so I put them out. This is like 10:30 at night. I'm like putting them out. I'm like, I'm just gonna get it done tonight.
Yeah.
Cool. Michael will love this. So I put them up. I showed Denise, and of course she's like, oh, I love them. They look great. I'm like, thank you very much. Okay, cool.
So good.
And she goes to that trip that he just talked about to Wendy's and comes back. And I'm like, hey, did you see the lights?
It wasn't even. It was this morning. It was the next day.
Oh, interesting.
No. We did that whole thing, and
Oh.
then today you asked me like, and again, just to be an asshole to you for no reason, you were like, "Oh, did you see the lights?" And I go, "Oh no, I didn't notice them," which I obviously had. And that's when you're like, "Oh, well, Denise noticed them," and my mother goes, "He saw them. He said he was gonna bash them all with a bat." And I went, "No, I had to say that." My mother goes, "Oh, look at all the lights Lindsay put up," and I went, "I'm gonna smash them. I'm gonna smash them all with a baseball bat."
He said he's gonna bash him with a bat.
Right.
It was a whole day later.
Also, you're nuts. That was absolutely right after Wendy's because we were right after me going, no,
Was it?
just leave the bacon thing alone.
Was
Leave
it?
alone."
It all blends together.
Yes,
The other thing is
Oh my God, dude.
we have an archway leading to our house because it's spring. Birds have been making a nest.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And so it's like we dealt with it one year where they did it in the backyard and it was a nightmare because we didn't get rid of it by the time they built it, and by the time they built it, they had babies, and it's like, oh, we'll leave it.
Then you get rid of it.
But it was annoying as shit because anytime we went in the backyard, the birds would scream, and all the goddamn birds in the neighborhood would like swoop down to like leave our eggs alone, you know.
yeah.
And it's like they would
That's my
fly.
front yard right
they
now.
would fly like an inch above,
Yeah.
and it was annoying as shit.
Yeah.
The front, I don't really care.
nature.
Because I don't like stand in the front of my house,
Yeah.
so it's like
Don't just stand and
every
look
time.
sometimes?
Every time I leave the house, the birds fly away, and then I go in
Yeah.
the house and they come back. So I don't really care. So we left it there, but it was like perfect timing. Where every day I tell my mother, I go, "Hey, first thing tomorrow, you got to go out there. You got to kill those birds."
Oh my God.
I've been telling her that for a week, and so
You gotta kill
also she said, "The birds are fine." She said. He told me he's gonna bash all the lights with a bat and then kill the birds.
No. Goodness.
Oh my
I just
God.
say anything I can to get a rise out of her, which is anything. The birds are fine.
And she takes you seriously to this
She doesn't
day.
really take me serious,
Yes
but
and
she
no.
still
She's like, she
still reacts.
I have to
Yes.
entertain it to a level because if I don't, he might go and
He
do
might do
that.
it.
There is a room
Much
with which
like,
he might.
you know, like the training response you have when they talk about like animal trainers. They're like, you want a neutral response because if you give them any response, they're going to enjoy that response. So if they respond in a bad way, just give them neutral response. Denise is rewarding this behavior with some
Every
kind of
time.
response, and I'm just going, no.
The thing about Denise is too, though, you might be like, oh my God, that's hard. The second it's over, she forgot and doesn't care. There's no like torment of like,
Right.
Can't. She'll leave and go, this was the best trip I ever. None of this is like, it's all a fleeting memory.
Right, they're just
This
these
is-
are snippets
This is my
to the grander
entire
life.
childhood in every direction of my brothers to me and us to our parents and like this, that, and what. None of it is lasting. She won't remember any. There will be no like, and then the birds. It'll be a thing that the next time we have a family gathering, she'll be giggling, going, and then he said he was gonna kill the birds.
Talk about birds too.
And then I'll
Matt
say
said
they're dead.
He has some as well.
Yeah, I got birds on the
Sympathize.
porch, but they're stupid.
Matt's got
Like,
dumb birds.
That's birds.
That's
yeah.
birds. They keep
This is true.
building.